All right, so welcome to this video. Once again, this is the Math Test Prep Pro. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing some algebraic word problems. I'm going to go through 5 common problems you would see on standardized testing, or 5 problems would be just good to know for any type of general testing. So the first problem, Sarah is 5 years older than her brother. The sum of their ages is 27. How old is each of them? All right, so what do we have to find here? We have to find Sarah's age and her brother's age. Yeah, so that's going to be the goal of this problem. What do we know? We know that Sarah is 5 years older than her brother. We also know when you add their ages together, you get 27. Now here, when you get into these age problems, first thing you want to do is you want to find out a way to represent this algebraically. So for Sarah, let's say, and the brother, so she's 5 years older than her brother. So let's say the brother is X years old. Sarah would be X plus 5 years old. Now the sum of their ages is going to be 27. So if we come over here, say, okay, the sum of their ages. So X is the brother of X plus 5. If I add them up, that's going to equal 27. All right, cool. We got it good so far. So we're gonna do some algebra here. So it's going to be X plus X is 2X plus 5 equals 27. Set up. Sorry, it's messy. So what do I want to do? I want to get the X by itself. So I'm going to have to subtract 5 on each side. That causes this to cancel out, leaving 2X. 27 minus 5 equals 22. Over here, 2X equals 22. To solve that, we're going to have to divide by 2 on both sides. So these cancel out, leaving X equals 22 over 2, which is 11. So now we know the brother is what, 11 years old? And then she's going to be X plus 5, which is going to be 16. So she's 16 years old. And if you want to check your work, well, the problem said the sum of their ages is 27. So 11 plus 16 is going to be 27. So we have the correct answers here. So the answer is Sarah is 16 years old and her brother is 11. All right. Hold on. All right, here's a consecutive integers problem. Let's read through the problem. So the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 54. What are the integers? All right, so we have to figure out a way to algebraically represent, use variables and constants to algebraically represent this problem. So 3 consecutive integers, right? So the first number, let's say the first number is X, right? So the next number is going to be X plus 1. And the one after that's going to be X plus 2. So there you have your numbers. You have X, X plus 1, X plus 2, right? So this would be the first integer. This is going to be the second one. This is going to be the third one. And remember, these are all going to be equal to 54. So let's set this up into an equation. It's going to be X plus 1 plus X plus 2 equals 54. All right. So X, we're going to solve this problem right here. So X plus X plus X, we got 3 X's in there. That's going to be 3X. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 3 equals 54. All right, so 3X plus 3 is 54. We want to get the X by itself, so minus 3 on both sides. The 3's cancel out, leaving 3X equals 54 minus 3, which is going to be 51. Take this over here, 3X equals 51. So to get rid of the 3, because we're trying to get the X by itself, we're going to divide by 3. X is going to be 51 divided by 3, which is going to be 17. All right, so what do we know? So we know that X equals 17, so the first integer is 17. The second integer plus 1 is going to be 18. And then if you take 17 plus 2, it's going to equal 19, which is the third integer. What are the integers? 17, 18, and 19. That's your answer. All right, let's keep chugging along. The next one is my favorite because there's a formula for this. We get to plug in, we get to do a little bit of algebra, everything works out in the end. So this is a distance problem. Anytime you see distance, rate, and time, you're going to use the distance formula, which is distance equals rate times time. And then you're going to go through, plug in what you know, and solve. All right, so a train is traveling 60 miles an hour, which is a rate. How long does it take, which is what we want to know, it's going to be time, to do 180 miles, which is the distance. So we have a rate, a time, and a distance. So we got the right formula. We're going to plug in what we know. So the distance is 180. And then the rate is 60 miles an hour. And we don't know the time. We're going to leave that as t. Rewriting the equation, it leaves us 180 equals 60t. Right? So divided by 60, t equals 180 divided by 60, which is going to be 3. So how long does it take there? 3 hours to get there, right? Because our rate is in miles per hour. And so that's going to take 3 hours. If you plug it back in, it all works. Go back up here, 180 equals 60 times 3. 180 equals 180. Yep, it works out. So the time is going to be 3 hours. All right. Let's go to our next set of problems. Okay. This is going to be a simple equation. Now, it's going to be, you have to be able to read keywords in the problem in order to set up an equation and then solve for it. So if 3 times a number minus 4 equals 11, what is the number? All right, so let's look at what we got in here. So we got equals, right? So that's going to be the equal sign. Equals 11. So 3 times a number minus 4. So if let's just say, so 3 times a number, right, minus 4 equals 11. So let me rewrite that. I don't know what's happening. All right, 3n minus 4 equals 11. And then want to know what is that number. So for here, basically what we have to do is we have to solve for n. Ultimately, that's what we're trying to find. All right, so let's go back to the equation. So we have to get n by itself. The first thing we're going to do, plus 4 on each side. You're going to cancel out, leaving 3n equals 11 plus 4 is 15. Now we have 3 times n equals 15. So in order to get n by itself, we have to divide by 3. N equals 5. So what is that number? 5. And let's check it. So if we plug it back into the equation. 3 times 5 minus 4 equals 11. Let's see if it's true. 3 times 5 is what? 15 minus 4 equals 11. And it's true. 2 minus 4 is 11. 11 equals 11. So our answer is right. So the answer here equals 5. All right, here's our last problem. I'm going to tell you this one's a little bit tricky, but it's interesting. And this is a very common problem you're going to run into on standardized testing. All right, perimeter of a rectangle. The length of a rectangle is, let me see, the length of a rectangle is twice the width. If the perimeter is 36 units, what are the dimensions? So let's see. First place to start, I always tell people, best place to do, if you're doing shapes, draw a shape. If they mention a triangle, draw a triangle. If they mention a rectangle, draw a rectangle. And start marking things off. So what do we know here? The length of a rectangle is twice the width. So let's say for argument's sake, we just make this x. So if the length is 2 times the width, length is going to be 2x, right? Length is 2 times the width. Now the perimeter is 36 units. So how do we find the perimeter of a polygon? Well, basically what we do is we're going to add up all the sides, the length of all the sides, to get the perimeter. Now here they tell you what the perimeter is. So when we add up all the sides, it's going to be x plus 2x plus x plus 2x equals 36 units. So let's go through. We'll add them all up. So x plus 2x is 3x. X plus 2x is also 3x. So plus 3x equals 36. Doing a little math over here, a little algebra, combining like terms. 3x plus 3x equals 6x equals 36. Now here we want to get the x so it's by itself. So we got to divide by 6. Divided by 6. And that makes x equals 6. So what are the dimensions? Okay, so let's plug back in. If we know x is 6, all right, we can use this to plug back into our rectangle here. So we're saying x is 6, so that's going to be the width, 6. And 2x is going to be the length. So twice 6 is going to be 12. All right, so what are the dimensions of this rectangle? 6 by 12. Hold on. 6. Yeah, that's going to be correct. Because if you look at it, you add all that up, the length of the side, this would be 24 for the lengths plus 12 is going to equal 36. I paused it for a minute because I wasn't doing the math right, and I was like, wait, what? It can't be 6 by 12. So yeah, so if it's 6 by 12, the perimeter is going to equal 36 units. All right, easy peasy, right? All right, so I want to thank you guys for watching my channel again. Once we had 5 problems today, so 5 math problems that you could see that would pop up on standardized testing, algebraic type problems. So if you have any questions, let me know. Put any comments down below in the comment section. But if you could, please subscribe and like to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. So keep coming back to my channel for more math problems solved by the Math Test Prep Pro. Thank you, guys.